Hey guys, I'm Natalia.
And I'm Audrey.
And you're listening to the Talk Baby to Me podcast,
where we discuss everything parenthood.
From under the covers
to becoming mothers.
We will guide you through every step of the way. And I mean every step, especially the things that you didn't get to read in those cookie cutter pregnancy books.
We'll have you laughing and crying and everything in between.
Because at the end of the day, that is what motherhood is. And the best part,
we got to do it together.
And now we get to do it with you.
So then I just landed on being a doula, and I was like, okay, let me just start here, be a support person for these moms the way that I wish I was supported my first time around. And now I'm just going through that and these experiences. And I mean, who knows where I'll land a year from now, but for now, I'm here.
I feel like calmness too.
Yeah.
Did you have a doula for Penelope?
I did.
Did that also sway the opinion?
You know what? I want to say yes, but also no. It was just like I loved her. I loved my doula and she was amazing, but I didn't land there because of her. I am such a go big or go home person. So I was like, I really want to be a midwife. That's really what I want to do. But let me just start here first. So yes and no.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also midwife, you have to go to medical school, right? That's
mm-hmm.
You have training, but it's not like a license kind of thing.
I mean, there's certifications. You can get certifications with different agencies, I guess, or whatever. But no, for midwives, you're really hands-on with baby. You're catching baby. You're providing care.
Right. Okay.
Where a doula, you're just somebody's bestie.
Supportive, yeah.
Right.
Which is really hard. I mean, I know throughout my pregnancy, I did feel super alone because none of my friends were pregnant.
Yeah.
None of my friends had been pregnant.
Yeah.
And I had just met Audrey, who was pregnant.
Yeah.
So we did that for one another. But outside of her own, maybe she had her own kind of symptoms, her own home things, we weren't always together.
Yeah.
So it would have been nice to have that kind of mental support. Mental support, is that what I'm trying to say?
There's emotional,
mental is because I'm mental.
And also,
we all are a little bit.
I mean, first of all, especially during that time, right?
Yeah.
No, because
or even having a question.
Yeah.
And Google is not your best friend, as we know.
Yeah.
Google
the same scares you from the get-go.
I know that is literally don't do it.
Don't Google it. Or Google, but read more of I mean, I leaned towards more of the what to expect kind of answers, or the mommy blogs with real answers from real moms, not so much WebMD.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't it for me.
I feel like I had such a stereotype of the doula, though not a stereotype in a bad way, but more so honestly, I always just associate it with being midwives or home births and everything. So it's so weird that I didn't even come across thinking about that in my pregnancy.
Yeah.
Because I do know so many now after giving birth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that's such a weird thing that I don't even know why we associate it.
That.
My good friend, my good friend, actually her name's Rochelle. She was telling me, here's my doula. She's the one that introduced me to doulas, and then also introduced me to a movie called The Business of Medicine.
Business of Being Born.
The Business of Being Born. And when I watched that, I was like, first of all, you need to update your footage.
Yeah.
Second of all, just saying, you're appealing to a newer generation. Let's get with the times, honey. All this VHS shit, let it in.
Remake it.
Remake the gosh darn movie.
There'll be a TikTok in there somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. By the way, Nat is now directing this new.
Anyone want to fund the film?
Yes,
please.
Yeah, no, I really was intrigued by it because of the topic of when the cost of birth and the cost of C-sections, the cost of what you spoke about, what is it? Resuscitation fees. All the stuff that. Audrey had a situation where her daughter didn't stop breathing. So, there's fees with all of that.
It's so expensive.
It's expensive. Gosh, imagine not having
the means to actually pay for it.
Exactly. Or insurance or whatnot. So when you post certain things like that, I'm like, oh my God, it's so true. And also not having the knowledge of saying, hey, there are alternatives. There's ways that you can do things differently. Now, I did think about having a home birth for like, I always say like joking, like 20 minutes because immediately I was scared. My anxiety, my panic, my traumas, being pregnant, like you said, brought up so much. Like there were no vices. You can't go have a bottle of wine.
When you're like,
Notice I said bottle. You can't. You have to be pregnant. And you have to deal with it.
You just gotta live with it.
Yeah.
There's all these traumas, and I wish I would have had a doula or some. My husband, my husband. Whoa, we haven't said the date yet, but my fiance was like my doula.
Which is not a doula.
No, but he can be. I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize is anyone can be your doula. Your mom, your sister, anyone can be your doula because it really, at the end of the day, is really just your support person. I didn't know that.
Right.
You know?
But it could, like, when you think of it that way, do you think of, would you be able to be that same exact type of support person for like your sister or like your mom or something like that? Or is it better to like go into it not having a relationship with that person?
I don't know. I feel like the way that I would envision myself being a doula for my sister would be so much more. Whenever you're speaking to a stranger or a new client, right? Everyone has certain views, and everyone's really like, try not to offend anybody and don't say the wrong thing, and that can be a little scary. Whereas
me all day with everything,
with literally everything. What ketchup do you use? That's so bad.
Oh my god. So true.
With my sister, I feel like I would be like my raw, honest self, and do with that what you will, sister. But I'm trying to figure that out still with my clients.
You have to navigate between not offending, not overstepping, being right in the right place where you can guide them and they can trust you to fully listen and let go of what their own fears are. That's an important job. That's an important job.
Or if something goes wrong,
being able to remain calm. Not me, honey. I ain't not the one right now.
I actually feel like I've become calm when shit goes wrong.
Yeah, me too.
So
me too.
No, I might be lying. I might be the same. It depends on the situation.
Not me under the door being like, Ella, cookie.
No, seriously.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was going to ask you something that I don't remember what it was. Oh, how do you get client? Like, how do you, do they come to you? Is there like a online portal that people can go to if they want to see doulas?
Every doula is a little bit different. So there are different agencies where it's like a hub of doulas, and then like you enter your information.
A hub of doulas. I don't know why that sounds so
a hub of doulas
to me.
Yeah, the doula hub.
It's a doula hub.
New business.
Yeah.
Where you can go find one, or a lot of them are independent. It's just like word of mouth. It's really their preference. Like I have a website. I'm kind of pushing on Instagram, but for me, I think word of mouth is what's important for me right now. And I like it. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like organic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like there's a sense of a level of trust there, right? So one of the things that's kind of unfortunate nowadays where we talk about how you don't want to offend anybody and like you want to be really careful is I feel like that took away the unity of a lot of women and a lot of moms just being really honest and speaking from their experiences, not from what like my OB or my midwife or what Google or like WebMD but this happened to that person, and like the scariest scenario. I feel like it kind of took that away, and now we're not really fully open and honest
or raw
because we're just afraid to offend or for anyone to take it the wrong way.
Or someone to judge.
Or someone to judge. Right. It's scary when, like there's already so much judgment that happens on social media because people have access to you so much easier. Right? So for me right now, I'm not pushing to market myself online or Instagram too much. It's just my friends and my neighbor and my sister and her coworker and and I like it. I like that.
I feel that kind of is too like for a doula, that feels natural.
Yeah, that
Like, I
feels
don't
right.
know anything about it. It just feels natural.
Yeah.
So,
Like marketing yourself through word of mouth and through friendship is almost more authentic than like
Tiaré says
she has like
I
a billboard.
am the best doula.
Ever.
She's on a billboard.
Number one in SoCal. Like Yelp
juggling
and everything.
babies.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a great campaign.
Yeah.
Excuse me, don't steal this.
She's on a bus stop and it's like a really, like, honestly, that's so funny.
It would be really
Oh
funny.
no, but I agree with like the idea of not being able to be your true and authentic self, which is when we had our birth story episode.
Yeah.
I think I was very nervous to even talk about it because the thought of me being home birthed was scary.
Yeah.
But I didn't want other people to feel that me being scared is how you should feel.
Yeah.
I was very like teetering on like, okay, this is my story. I respect all stories. My story just so happened to feel perfect for me.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you need to go and get a morphine shot just because I did it.
Yeah.
You might be able to have the home birth and be calm with the doula, with the midwife, whatever it is. That might be your story.
Yeah.
And
we're
your journey.
definitely all on different paths and learning things at a certain point of our life for our own storyline. And
And then there's people who are just like, oh my God, you're basically telling people to go get an epidural. And I'm like, no.
But then if you get an epidural, there's people that literally will judge you, and you're like, why is it? Why
are we so divided?
Why can I not just say exactly how I did it? Like, I'm here, baby's healthy. Like, and then you're gonna make me feel bad. Not that this happens all the time, but that it does. Everyone is on their own path. You have no idea how it's gonna go. None.
And it's also like there are people who judge on like, oh, you had a C-section. Oh, so, you know, or hey, you tried to have a home birth and you had to rush to the emergency room because it didn't work out. So like there's all these things that could happen. And we're in such a weird place right now in the world where because of social media and because we're easily accessible to be bullied or to be yelled at or to be commenting like by literally nobodies who just sit on their ass and comment negative things on your page because they're bored or
they can just hide behind
or you can
what it
social
there's
media
no
is,
face
exactly but there if you have comments or feedback on stuff and it's like constructive and it's like hey like or I really actually want to learn
or questioning
that's different and I think we should be open to that
and I think that's what kind of led me into wanting to start off being a doula was because thankfully I am really glad that I did have two different birthing experiences. Like I did the hospital, I did the epidural, I did the Pitocin, I did all of that, and then I did this you know, unmedicated birth, and now I have two. Like I was the person who did the epidural, and I'm not going to shame you for that. I've been there, I did it.
It happened,
you know, but I also did unmedicated and I didn't realize how powerful I was. And, you know, having those two.
That's a good selling
point. It's a juxtaposition.
Yeah.
The
juxtaposition. I love that word, guys. And amalgamation. I love it. I keep forgetting the thing I was going to.
Well, I have a question. So the first birth with Dexter, it was medicated. You did the Pitocin. And when you had the baby, did you say that you have a plan for that or did you not and you just kind of went with it? Or
no, I was crazy. Like I had my full birth plan typed out, showed it to everybody.
At you were 19, you said, right?
19.
At 19.
My plan was fully unmedicated, unassisted. I'm going to do it.
Wow.
And I lasted 26 hours unmedicated.
Wow.
And just laboring. Yeah. And then I was just so fatigued. I had seen the sun. I had seen the sun come up once and it was going to come up again. And it was a mental battle that I couldn't win. I was pregnant at 19, had him at 20, but I couldn't do it. I was like, I am past my, I got it. Yeah. No, we're past that.
You're
I can't. I don't got it.
Yeah. Guys, it's just labor itself is like running 20 marathons, they say.
Yeah.
So could you imagine 26 hours? Our last guest was in the hospital doing that for 3 hours or 3 days as well.
Wow. Yeah.
So, oh my God. I was like, I went in, it was really, really hard, but I went in the same day and gave birth the same day.
Yeah. Love that. Love that for you.
Yeah.
A work shift, 8-hour shift. No problem.
Literally.
Clocked in, clocked out. Yeah.
Literally. When they told me that it would probably not be until the next day, I was like, no.
I'm on a schedule. Yeah. Not me.
Excuse me. I could not imagine. So, but it is good. Then your daughter, unmedicated, how long was that?
3 hours? 3 hours. And
Sis.
3 hours, maybe 3 and some change. But I labored mostly at home. Like I barely made it to my birthing center. I didn't have a home
okay.
birth.
So you had a
Birthing center.
Can you tell us the difference between the two and versus a hospital?
Yeah. So a birthing
question?
center is like closer to being like your home. It looks like a home. It has everything your home would have, a kitchen and everything. It's wanting to give you a home birth without it being in your actual home. I live in an apartment building and our walls are thin. This building is old as heck. And I was like, oh man, what if I'm a yeller? Like my neighbor is gonna be like, somebody tell her to be quiet.
911, there's somebody murdered.
So now you're having a baby in an apartment with the police knocking at the door, your neighbor banging on the wall, chaos.
It sounds really, really comfortable.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? No, let's do a birthing center. But I barely made it. I was there maybe for 10 minutes before she was here.
Oh, wow. That's insane. What a difference.
Yeah.
What a difference.
Huge difference.
Also, with birthing centers, do they have medical, like if you have preeclampsia or something goes wrong, unlike a home birth, they have those type of things, but unlike a hospital, it's not so sterile.
Not quite. I mean, you will get transferred for something like that. Yeah, they transfer you. So different states have kind of like different laws, but in some states, birthing centers have to be a certain mileage away from the hospital. So you have to be close to a hospital in case you have a transfer.
Happens.
You're not like going through the 405 at like 4 p.m.
This one.
5 exits. No, I heard that on your other episode. Yeah, so that doesn't happen.
Just chaos.
It has to be close. So
yeah. I was just because there's a reason why you pick it, and it just makes you feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
But I was like, but does it have the same type of?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is why I was scared too. Sorry to interrupt you. It's just when I thought about the home birth thing, I was like, we're not close to a hospital.
Yeah.
But I never even knew about a birthing center.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't anybody tell me about that?
My oldest sister did 3 home births, literally with midwives.
Mm-hmm.
And her second one, though, she had preeclampsia so bad. Yeah. So I'm just terrified.
Oh, yeah.
She got transferred.
Can
you explain to the audience what preeclampsia is? So everyone's a little bit aware of like.
I can't all the way, but it's like high blood pressure.
Yeah, and then the nonstop bleeding. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also like your baby will, if you're still pregnant.
Yeah.
And it's earlier, you can be like bedridden.
Mm-hmm.
Or because it's really. Yeah, so I can't exactly explain it to you, but I know that it's bad.
So 3 hours, get there. 10 minutes later,
she's here. 2 pushes, she's here.
Weird flex, but I love that.
Yeah. And it's like, it was so different.
First of all, I'm like, 2 pushes? Well, I did 4. So next baby.
1.
Get out of here.
You guys are so, I can't with this competition.
I'm sorry, it's me. I'm sorry.
No, but with my first, it was, coached pushing, and they were so mad at me. They were like, you're not pushing. I'm like, I thought I was pushing.
Oh, no.
I don't know. But my epidural was so strong. They're like, you don't feel a contraction? You're supposed to push. And you have no idea, girl. I don't even know where I'm at right now.
And that's probably, like, you're like, I wanted to feel some sort of actually giving, like, labor, like.
And, it's a weird thing about me, too. Like, I need to be in control all the time in every situation.
There's a pattern here.
Yeah. Very similar. And so I felt really like I didn't have control with my first, where I was like, no, I got it. And I don't need your help. Which is really interesting, right? My doula, we're here to be support and, physical or emotional. And I just wanted her presence. I was like, no, my husband needs a doula. Right. I want him to be hands-on.
First of all, that's what I wanted to. I was like, I think somebody needs to be there for DJ. Which my mother-in-law was in the room. I was like, because he's fainting before I do. Like,
yeah. So I really needed somebody to guide him so that he can help me. And it was so beautiful because he was so hands-on the whole time. He was kind of like my doula too.
That's a cool way to look at it, actually. Yeah. Like, actually. That they could be, it's multiple, use you for multiple things and people in the room. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think there was ever like 5 minutes where a part of his body was not on me doing something. Which was really nice. That definitely brought us closer together. So,
that's so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Momo.
I know.
You need us.
She'll start crying, just so you know. Now it's like,
No,
I'm going to start crying.
I wear my emotions literally on my face.
Yeah.
I definitely do mine on my sleeve, but then I laugh just to cover it up.
Yeah. I think I'm a little bit of both. Yeah.
Is there anything like you would want everyone to know about doulas?
Mm-hmm.
Or having a doula or not having a doula?
You know what? And this is kind of like, right, I'm trying to sell myself, but at the end of the day,
juggling babies.
Not everyone needs to hire a doula, right? There's all this. My drive is you're a mom, you can do it, right? There's a lot of things out there to tell you that you can't do it, right? There's all this marketing about like, you need this bottle. No, you need that one. No, you need this pacifier.
Oh my gosh.
No, you need this baby carrier. No, you need, and it's all about how you can't do your job as a mom, right? And I hate that because yes, you can. Like that. And it's so hard. It's so easy to think that you can't because life is so demanding, right? We're all like boss babes and just everything is so go, 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 especially here in LA. And so you think you can't, but you can. And so my biggest thing is, although I am a doula and I want to be here for other women, you don't need that if you had your proper support that you're supposed to have from your family unit, from the people closest to you.
From your village, right?
From your village. But we don't have that because we're all caught up in our own thing and our phones and don't offend. I don't want to overstep. And so it makes it a little tricky. But if you need a doula and you don't have someone who you trust and you feel super comfortable with, definitely hire one. But if you do have that with your family, your mom, your dad, your sister, your husband, whoever, then they can totally be your doula.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's it. Yeah.
I have never heard. I mean, I'm in the marketing world. Okay, yeah. I have bought the carriers, the bottles, the 900 different types of pacifiers because one's better than the other. I am the one that you marketed to, but I never thought about it in that way of like it's actually marketing to you because it's telling you can't do it without it.
Yeah, I've never heard it like that.
And it's like the SNOO, the $1,500 Bluetooth activated. Mind you, I have the fucking SNOO.
Yeah. And it worked.
And it fucking worked. Yeah. So yeah, happiest baby, you can endorse this podcast. But no, but it's true. Like I never thought about it in that light, and that is such a fascinating little nugget for the show, and I'm really happy that you brought that up. Yeah. And that is also a really good selling point, but it's also so genuine.
Yeah.
Well, if also, I have another baby,
when like I was doing a registry, which mind you, I have like a lot of nieces and nephews, and I was like one of those people that was like, you know what, it's gonna happen. We all were babies, like we'll be fine. But also when I was doing my registry, the amount of anxiety because of that. And I never thought of it like that, but now I kind of want that to be like the motto of my life.
Yeah. And then did you guys end up with all this stuff that you're like, oh, I never even used that?
Oh my Lord, yes. And I'm probably the one that had some of the least stuff. Yeah. And still it was so much. Yeah. Like they give you bottle sample boxes that have 5 different bottles.
Oh yeah, I heard of
Ella
that.
never had a bottle. Like she still wants boobs. Like you know, so
same with my daughter. But I have so many still. I'm like, why are they still here?
Yeah. Like the anxiety it gives you because you're like, wait, so now do I have to do different bottles?
Yeah. And the idea of like, so my son, well, you guys know his age, but like he never liked his pacifier. Yeah. Ever. And now he likes his fucking pacifier. Yeah. He goes, Binky. Like, he likes the binky now, and I'm like, shit, this is the time where I'm supposed to take it away from you. Yeah. Like, this is not okay.
But that's the other thing. Supposed to.
But supposed to, that's what I was saying. Yeah. Look, my son doesn't need to be the non-pacifier, non-bottle having prodigy baby. Yeah. It's fine. He'll go through his whatever, and if there's a product that tells you that, oh, it'll help get rid of the pacifier, please send it to me. But also, like... Why do we have those stresses?
Like supposed to at that age shouldn't be.
It sucks.
Something that we have to feel.
So we need to work on letting that go.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Honestly, it's not even that serious.
No,
it's not that serious.
Yeah. My mom used to be like, ¿Cómo que un SNOO? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Cómo que es eso?
What is this SNOO?
Yeah. What the hell?
I understood those.
Good job, Audrey. Spanish lessons are working. No, so she'd be like, we used to rock you with our foot, girl. Yeah. We used to have a hanger, and we used to just do this. Like, what do you mean?
Dude, I'm one of 5. Like, my mom didn't have that. Like, you know. Yeah. That's what where I come from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's like, again, if you have your village, if you have people, it makes so much sense. Because then the reason I didn't do as much research as Nat or go as crazy getting this stuff is because, I have so many people around me that would help. Yeah. So that is such a, so.
It's really
yay,
good.
doulas.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. And I haven't, right now, my answer when people are like, hey, do you want to have another baby? It's like a hard no with a period. And a lot of it is associated with the trauma and the postpartum depression that came with my first pregnancy, which is why when you said that you had Penelope so long and there's like a age
huge gap.
It's because of the things that you went through in the first pregnancy. I don't want that to be me, not in a mean way, but in a way of like, I want to be able to hopefully resolve the issues. And I had postpartum depression, anxiety, rage, trouble with breastfeeding to the point where I developed breast plant illness, and now I'm getting my implants removed. That's a whole nother episode. But maybe in the future, because of now the knowledge that you brought to this podcast, I will be able to maybe have that no turn into a yes.
Maybe it's all about having somebody be supportive.
Whatever
maybe
you
it
want.
Is that.
Whatever you want.
Your energy is so calm. I love it. You're perfect. I feel like you'd be like a perfect doula because your energy is very...
And it has to be the opposite of what we are because we're psychotic. We're like, hey, what's up?
I love that. Yay, it's a balance.
Well, thanks for coming. Thanks for talking with us. And also, like, literally finally clearing up what I thought a midwife versus a doula was. I could honestly...
And educating everyone listening too. Those little nuggets were good.
Thank you.
Okay, well, share your Insta.
What's your Insta, sis?
It's a Tiaré the doula.
Tiaré the doula.
Tiaré.
And what is our Insta, Nat? Because I forget every
Talk
time.
Baby to Me PC.
Come follow us, comment, please rate us 5 stars. But just kidding, be real.
Or else. Tiara is very calm right now.
She already got my energy. I'm like,
she's gonna come after you.
Yes, but thank you guys. We hope you
enjoyed.
Bye.
I like her bye was in unison.
It's always like awkward. I know.